You're watching Cars.tv.
Welcome to Laguna Seca Raceway. My name is Brian Blaine. I'm a vintage racer who helped organize this group here called the Ragtime Racers. Today I brought a car that is a 1916 Sturdivant Romano Special. It was actually constructed from parts from a 1916 car, but we believe it was assembled in 1919 by a fellow named E.J. Romano up in Northwest. He was a failure as an aircraft manufacturer, but he found out that airplane engines have twice as much horsepower and half the weight of automobile engines. So he went to a wrecking yard and got a 1916 Auburn chassis and shoehorned a World War I aircraft engine into it. There's a lot that goes into getting these cars prepared and ready to race for an event like this. Most of these cars are 100 years old or older, and a lot of times the cars are made of poor materials, parts that don't exist anymore. Just the process of starting the car is so different than anything else in modern history. So when we bring these cars to the track, you'll find that we're working on it almost continuously all weekend long just to keep them on the track. When people do see them, they might as well be a spaceship. There are so few people that have seen cars this old, and to see race cars this old is even rare. When we talk about pre-war race cars, we're not talking about pre-World War II, we're talking about pre-World War I. Driving these cars is an exciting experience. Number one, just getting them started is a long procedure. You don't hop in and turn a key. You have to prime it with gasoline, you have to prime the oil, you have to hand crank it, and then you have to have 3 or 4 extra hands to pump the fuel, adjust the spark, adjust the hand throttle, adjust the foot throttle. And then when we finally do get it on the track, the cars are very difficult to shift, and you don't have a lot of power compared to modern cars. These cars were made to slowly get up to high speeds. They'll do 100 miles an hour, but they're designed for flat tracks on long, long roads. They're not designed to go up the backside of Laguna Seca and go over the corkscrew. So it's a long, slow chug up the back hill. So the Ragtime Racers group is made up from guys all across the United States. We've got cars all the way from New York to California. And most of the guys prepare their own cars, or they have mechanics that help them prepare their cars. And then getting them to the track, in some cases it's a week on the road. But once the cars are here, then we set up our diorama display that you see behind me. And those are all authentic from pictures of just what the paddock and shops looked like 100 years ago. And then when we get to the track, most everybody here has driven on the track before, but there are some rookies who we have to take them out and give them a couple of sessions on the track so they know where to go. And then there's always some changes that have to be made for gearing and things of that sort to make sure that we can make it up the hill, and then making sure that the brakes work coming down the hill. These cars are notorious for having horrible brakes. But once the cars are started and a big cloud of smoke, the fun begins. We've always enjoyed coming here to Laguna Seca because it's such a historic track and it's got lots of different challenges and it brings a lot of spectators. Our whole purpose in doing this Ragtime Racers event is to educate people on what racing was like 100 years ago.